morning and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 127. We have some college football talk as we're going to be going through some of these great week 1 games, saying which team needs it more. There's some news coming out of Ohio State sounds like Dave Portnoy just getting his hands involved in something. And then the NFL, we have a 53-man roster that needs to be done by 4 p.m., I believe, today. So a lot of cuts. We'll talk about some of the big names that got cut. Some of the holdouts become big payoffs. And final, we have Anthony's 2-minute vent of the day. Buckle up for that one. And Lisa's got the 2 minutes of sports pop culture. So we got an action-packed episode 127. Stay tuned, and let's get it started.
Yeah, I was going to do a vertical jump there. Thank you, Socks.
Travel been to Indiana, and did Cover 2 Cook get you a good hotel?
Indiana? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm here for Mardi Gras.
I know that this might be hard, but I don't know how much you remember Friday night since we left you damn near when you fell asleep.
I got my belly full, man. I was like, I warm covers and warm. I was like, I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes. All right.
This is going to be a long fucking day.
All right, welcome back to episode 127. Let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about. All right, we are going into week 1 of college football. A lot of big games here. I want to run through a couple and see what you guys think. Which team needs this win more to start off the season strong? So first up, I have FSU versus Alabama. Tim, who do you think needs this win more to start the season?
I think Florida State needs to win more than Alabama. Florida State's coming off a season where I think they won, 2 games? 2-12 or 2-10? That coach, that Mike Norvell, needs to start out good. And what better game to start out with would be Alabama beating them. You know, I think that he's got to maybe to save his job this year because Florida State's not used to losing, going 2-10. So I think it's Florida State. Alabama does need to win to kind of get that bad taste out of their mouth from Michigan in the bowl game, but Florida State has got to rebound better.
Yeah, that'll definitely help with recruits then too as well.
Most definitely.
Anthony, what are your thoughts?
I think Alabama needs this one more. I think the coach is on the hot seat. We're the post-Nick Saban era. And we understood that when Nick Saban said he was going to leave, that was going to change the SEC. That changed college football to the foundation. But as Alabama, they've seen the wins. We want to win. We went out and got that coach that was winning, and we love that. Yeah. SEC needs Alabama to be good again. SEC needs Georgia to be good as much as Alabama. I think Alabama needs to come out here and just beat the brakes off FSU and show that SEC is in a different conference. We've been talking all year about how good the SEC is. I think Alabama needs to be one of those teams that shows it this weekend.
All right, well, it seems like you two are at a head here, so we'll definitely see who takes this one out. Next game I have is Texas versus Ohio State. Anthony, who do you think needs to win this one first?
I think this is Texas. Ohio State comes off a national championship. So, I mean, yeah, you want to keep the good times rolling. But at the same time, Texas has Arch Manning. You have this coach. This team looks like it should be playing the NFL, supposedly. And I think when you come out, if they can win this game, this shows the SEC dominance. But if Ohio State wins, it's just that whole SEC go back to this, sit back down. Big Ten's at the top of the food chain. I personally think Texas wins this game, but I think Texas needs this game more than Ohio State does.
Okay, I can see that. Tim, what are your thoughts?
I think it's Ohio State. I think it's up to Ryan Day. Can you do it again?
Yeah.
And that's what the alumni want is, can you do it again? Saying, the quarterback, can he be the next Will Howard? You've got a good receiving core in Smith, Jeremiah Smith, and Carnell Tate. Let's see if you can do it again. You did it last year. You got the monkey off your back. Let's do it again. The last game they played at home was in the playoff game against Tennessee and blew them out in the first half. Can you do it again? Can you go up against a good team like Texas and beat them again? And not in a neutral site, but at home. Because you lose at home to this team this year, there won't be talk because he's already won a national championship, but they're going to be like, here we go again. We can't But I think it's got to be Ohio State. I think you got to keep the momentum going and keep the Big Ten momentum going as well.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be an intense game to watch because I can see both of your points being super valid. So, and you can only have one winner. So it'll be exciting to see. The third matchup I had on, and I'm also curious to hear your thoughts, is LSU versus Clemson. Tim, who do you think needs this one more?
I think it's Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly's 0-5 in season openers. He has got to get off the schneid. He cannot start 0-1 again. And he's got a good quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier. So he has got to get off the schneid. The bad deal is Clemson has some D tackles that are NFL ready right now.
Yep.
He has got to get off the schneid, or there are going to be boobers and there are going to be people talking about who could be the next coach at LSU.
Very true. Very true. Anthony, do you share the same thoughts here?
As much as I would like to go the other way, I totally agree with this. I think Brian Kelly, I read a stat that the last time that they've won a season opener was Joe Burrow was the quarterback. I mean, Joe Burrow has made a Super Bowl since then. Let's just talk about that for a fact. But I think when you talk about LSU, you got to win. You got to win this game because Clemson's going to have an easy enough schedule that they can bounce back throughout the year and make the playoffs. Can you, LSU? Can you do this? Because this is the same situation that happened last year when they played USC, and USC steals it from them at the end, and then LSU just could never get back into the conversations of SEC. So, LSU's got to win. Brian Kelly, I could care less. I mean, there's rumors saying that he's on the hot seat, and there's other people saying not. You're taking Notre Dame's trash, so you're welcome. So, see ya.
Right.
Well, I have a question to pose for the both of you because you both had Clemson winning the ACC for college football here. So, do you not think that they need this as much?
Not in their conference.
Yeah,
their conference is two
different
watered.
things.
I mean, there's maybe a couple teams at Louisville and maybe I don't know, but
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I mean, but there's a couple teams. It's LSU because LSU needs, like I said, he's got to get off to a better start. Kind of like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
They'll kind of remind you of the Cincinnati Bengals. They get off to a slow start, and then all of a sudden they can try to turn on the end of the season. He's got to win this one, or it could be a long season.
Yeah, and Lisa, for your ACC, like they have to be in your conference to kind of determine what you do overall. Like you can lose all your non-conference games and still win conference because of winning the conference. Like having the most conference wins. So in this situation, if they were playing a team like North Carolina, I would say Clemson needs it more. But I agree with that. It has to go. You have to win if you're LSU. Have to win.
Okay. Well, thanks for the insight. Last but not least, I have Notre Dame versus Miami. Anthony, who needs this win more?
Yeah, I think people are going to say the flag behind me, but I think it's Miami. I think Miami has to win this game because you went out and spent, $4 million, $5 million to get Carson back, this guy that had to prove himself again now. You guys have bought this team as much as you can. At the same time, you're playing at home in the heat of taking on a team that had no right to be at the national championship last year. It's not even that good. They have these games that just don't even matter. You have everything against you. When Notre Dame beats you, you look worse. But if you beat Notre Dame, everyone just expects that. So whatever. I think if Miami, if they want to be taken serious in the state of Florida, got to win this game. You got to show that you guys are relevant. You lose this game, nobody remembers this team going forward.
Okay. All right. Strong points there. Tim, do you align? Do you have different opinions?
I think it's Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's got to win this one because they have a tough schedule this year, a lot tougher than the worst last year. So not only that they have to play at Miami, but then Texas A&M comes in. I think was it 2 weeks later, or is it the following week? But anyway, week 3. So I mean, you better take one of these two.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to beat Texas A&M at home. It's going to be tough. Their schedule is very tough this year, probably tougher than it was last year. So I think it's and we got to see what we got in CJ Carr.
Yeah,
we've got to see, and that defense. I think the defense is going to be fine, but I think it's Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame has got to come out and prove to people that it wasn't a fluke last year, neither. That they were serious contenders for the national championship, and we're not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
We're reloading, not rebuilding.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I want to say this real quick too. Notre Dame, if they could start 2-0 and do what they did last year, and I don't know if that's the Northern loss changes how last year went, but when they built on each game to make who they were by the end, if they can do that being 2-0, they are a scary team. But at the same time, I do feel that the Northern game losing is what allowed them to say, we have to get better every day.
Mhm.
Because if they come out 2-0, I could see them dropping one of these stupid ass games because
too.
they just
Me
don't they don't think about what's in front of them, they think what's too down the far. So that's why I'm saying if you lose this game, then the expectations of the season kind of go to more realistic. You win this game and then win week 2, you still got to work.
Definitely. You're going to have the spotlight on you and you're going to have to perform at that level for sure. Okay, very interesting. And I'm excited to see how Saturday pans out. I think we'll have some good games to recap later next week.
Yep.
Next in college football, anytime I hear this name, I just know drama follows him. Dave Portnoy and Ohio State. So apparently, I read, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ohio State is stating they did not ban Dave Portnoy as he joins the Fox News Big Noon Saturday. So, Anthony, talk me through this. What's going on over there?
Yeah, so Dave Portnoy goes on, does emergency press conference, and says that he's been banned from the Ohio State game. Okay? Now, if you remember, Fox Sports got in bed with Barstool, so now Dave Portnoy is going to be a part of the Big Noon kickoff. And Fox was like, no. He's not going on the field because he's not going to be on the main stage, which is going to be, 30 to an hour before the game starts, okay? So that's why he's not going on the field. It's not because he's a Michigan alum and Ohio State, none of that shit. Because then they doubled down. The Big Ten said, no. He's not going to be on any field because he's not going to be on the main stage when it comes time to go on the field. Which I think is, why did you go into bed with Barstool then? Why are you even allowing him on here? It's not like he's going to bring this incredible insight into college football that we've never heard before. He's entertainment. He needs to be entertainment on the field. So that's the Ohio State and Dave Portnoy drama.
Yeah, what do you think, Tim? I'm curious to hear your side of this.
I'm kind of shocked that Fox is not going kind of against it and going against the grain. That's what Fox does. Yeah. They're controversial all the time. So, I mean, by whatever your political beliefs are or whatever, they're always trying to stir up things.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of shocked that they're not letting Portnoy on there. But I could see their point by maybe the Big Ten pulling their saying, okay, you want to pull some kind of stuff like this, some kind of BS, we'll pull the contract. I mean, I could just see them they don't want to ruffle too much because there's too much money involved. Because not only you have Fox and the Big Noon Cook-Off, you also have the Big Ten Network.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's another deal. And I think another thing why Fox got in bed with them, because their ratings are down. They want to compete with College Game Day, period.
Yep.
And they think Portnoy is the equivalent to Pat McAfee. He's not. He's not even close. Yep. He can't wear his own jock. Because at least McAfee played the game. Portnoy did not. So you don't have that insight of being a former player, and McAfee does. He's only going to give opinions. I seen his rant or his mercy deal. He's blaming, you can't hold up against Michigan. You're just being mad because Michigan's beat you the last 5 years, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I think it's just because they just don't want the because you know what happened at the Michigan Ohio State game at the end of the year last year. Maybe they don't want any kind of BS going on where some fans kind of go in and go after.
Yeah, well, so
and I would even put it past Dave to put drama into anything like that.
Right.
Like I said to start this one off, anytime I hear this name, he's bringing drama with him. I think they're just looking to pull in a new opinion and
new rating.
Yeah, but here's the thing too. Urban Meyer is on that thing, and he's Ohio State, and obviously we talked about his. Talking about Jim Harbaugh and all that stuff. You don't think Dave Portnoy is just licking his chops ready for Urban Meyer? I mean, really, we're really going to go there. And this is where I say getting in bed with Barstool is because, like, they're like the Swifties. And but like, they're like, they will attack at all angles to get at you. So, like, I guess I just seeing Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn, and is it Reggie Bush is up there?
No, the running back from Alabama.
Oh, Henry. No, yes, but
no.
I know who. Ingram.
Yeah.
Not,
Yes.
is it
Mark Ingram. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you got Urban Meyer. Like it's just the group already is just awkward. So
Yeah.
throwing
Right.
in a
Vocal.
Dave Portnoy, it's just
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't hold their jockstrap of College Game Day. I'm ready for College Game Day. Lee Corso.
Yeah.
I could care less about this whole Dave Portnoy, and that's all it is. They just try to make themselves relevant for what's coming on Saturday. So
Right.
All righty then. Well, good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. So now we can move on to NFL and not give it any more light for now. Moving on to NFL news. The cuts for the 53-man roster came through. Let me just run through these real quick, and then I'll get you guys' opinion on these. First up, I have Shiloh got cut from the Bucks. Hunter Renfrow is getting cut from the Panthers. Sam Hartman is getting cut from the Commanders, but still could join the practice squad. And then I have Deontay Johnson got cut from the Browns. Tim, what are your initial thoughts on these?
Deontay Johnson, what is?
I know.
I mean, I can't. That's like his 4th or 5th team he's been cut from. Has he got something on? I mean, is he that bad that he can't get onto a team? Hunter Renfrow is another one. I mean, you can't get on the Panthers? Holy cow! I mean, they've got a couple good players, and they drafted one from Arizona, and that's it. And you still can't make the team? Wow! I was flabbergasted by those two, especially.
Anthony, what was your initial take?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think Hunter Renfrow, it's a little frustrating because the man was already doing a 9-to-5, and then they brought him back into the league to fucking cut his ass. Like, come on now. Dude, like, that man put his 2 weeks in, and then now he's got to go update his resume to say, for a little stint of that I don't have on my resume, is saying I played in the NFL for a little bit. Okay, like, Deontay Johnson, he should have never left Pittsburgh. Like, it's just been nothing but a shitstorm for him. Sam Hartman, a little Notre Dame. I did laugh because I just saw a video as of a couple days ago that they asked the quarterback for Commanders.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, if you could be anyone, who would you be? And he said, I'd be Sam Hartman. I don't think I'd be Sam Hartman there.
Buddy. Yeah, he probably knew he was getting cut.
Yeah, he's like, actually, I'm cutting your ass. I want to be that guy. But yes, 53-man roster. Shiloh didn't make any difference because before he threw the punch, of the whole thing was a publicity stunt. Yeah. He wasn't going to make it the team anyways.
No, definitely. I will say, as my female perspective, I was pretty upset to see Sam just get cut because he was pretty to look at. So that's just me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
One more thing. Kenny Pickett going to the Raiders to back up Geno Smith.
Yeah, we got that. Okay. Hold your horses there, Bob.
Oh, okay.
All right, moving on from the cuts. Now we have the hold-ins pay off. So we had Terry McLaurin with a 3-year, $96 million extension. Trey Hendrickson gets a 1-year, $14 million extension. And what about Parsons? Tim, what's happening?
I don't know. I'm telling you, what are we going to be a week away from that game? What are you now? He's resting on tables, and it's like, buddy, he's complaining he's got back issues, which the MRI came back clean. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to stick by my hot take. I don't think he plays week 1 Thursday night. I don't think he plays because for the simple fact he hasn't already practiced. Yeah, he's went through some drills and that, but I don't think they're going to put him out on the field because he may hurt himself because now he's going to go up against 300-pound people, and he ain't been used to doing that all preseason or all training camp. Yeah. I bet they hold him out.
Yeah, that'll be a big impact for sure. Anthony, what are your thoughts on these?
Well, we definitely said Terry McLaurin was going to get his money. He got his money. That one made sense. Trey Hendrickson kind of coming from left field a little bit. I felt like they were separated. Remember, we just get to have this for this 1 year because we're going to go do it all over again next year because it's only a 1 year.
1 year.
It's a pay raise. That's all it was, a bonus. And then for Parsons, I think the Bengals felt the pressure. Wait, what? I think the Bengals felt that pressure that Parsons is going to come in, and then Trey Hendrickson is going to say, well, he got this. Now I want this. And so I think the Bengals were like, hey, yo, end it now because when Parsons is sleeping on the mat, this shit's going to end soon. And I think the Cowboys sign, I wouldn't even be surprised by the time we do our next podcast, he's got the contract extension.
Sure.
They're not going to be playing around. I think I wouldn't even be surprised to put it against Jerry Jones that he called Cincy and said, hey, get it done because I'm getting mine done. Get it done because this Parsons, you cannot go into week 1 without Parsons. You just can't.
Yeah, and now with Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, the running back Saquon Barkley,
Yep.
and you don't have Parsons, they'll throw a 50 burger on him on Thursday night in a primetime game, and not even blink an eye on it.
Well, and
So
Diggs isn't even fully back yet either.
no,
That corner for them. So
he just came up the pop list. So
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
yeah,
All right. Well, moving into other NFL news, it seems like Tim was a little excited here, but we have Jacoby Myers requested a trade while Amari Cooper signs with the Raiders. The Raiders also acquired Kenny Pickett from the Browns, one less quarterback there, and Rattler names a starter for the Saints. Anthony, give me your first opinions on these.
Yeah, Jacoby Meyer asking for a trade. I wouldn't. I think he happened, then Amari happened. It was not the other way around.
Okay.
The Raiders have already came out and said they're not going to. No, we're not listening to this. He's going to play for the Raiders. I think Rattler getting the Saints. I mean, it was either you take shit or you take more shit with the other one. You're telling me you couldn't go out and go get Kenny Pickett? You couldn't go what are we talking about? There's Sam Howell's out there for nobodies for a trash can. That's what they're trading away these days. And you're gonna end up with Rattler or Show, and you're gonna decide Saints. Hey, if you're a Saints fan, find something to do on Sunday afternoon because you ain't gonna be watching the Saints. I'll tell you that right now.
That's good. What about you, Tim? How did you feel about these?
yeah. The Show one, I think you got to go with Tyler. There's enough sample size with Rattler that he's not your guy. And I know he did better than Show in the preseason, but like you said, they're not going to be nothing this year. If they win 3 games,
Yeah.
that's going to be an improvement. That'd be great. I just go with your rookie quarterback. You got nothing to lose. Let's see what you got. The Pickett one is because of Aiden O'Connell, broken wrist.
Yeah.
That's why they needed a decent backup for Geno Smith. So yeah, I didn't get that. So,
Well, and I'll say this about the Rattler situation too. Like, if you're going to go, I guess, do you feel that you're not confident enough to take a rookie out there? Because you're going to break him. I mean, you're going to break his confidence. And I just think Tyler maybe doesn't have that mentality, and that's why they went with Rattler, because they're like, yo, this guy, he's going to be a backup the rest. So just get us through maybe 5-6 games so that Show, whatever the hell his name is, like he understands what a game day like atmosphere is, so that he can step in and have a little bit more confidence. Because if I was the quarterback for the Saints, I wouldn't be confident. Yeah. I would say I'll sit the bench, and maybe that's what they did. They flipped a coin and they said, well, if you pick the right one, you're starting. And they're like, shit. Rattler's like, should have said tails. So
whoever pulled the shortest straw won.
Yeah, no, you
won.
have to,
Rattler.
Yeah, when you pull the shortest, you have to play. It's not even like you like.
Yeah. Down in New Orleans, it's different.
Yeah, you pull it, and you're like, God damn it, I gotta play with this team.
You gotta play this. Oh.
So, but yeah, and Kenny Pickett going to the Raiders is obviously just opens up space for Shedeur as well. That means now they don't have to have 4 quarterbacks on the roster. Right. They only need 3. I just feel bad for Dylan Gabriel because you're always going to be in his shadow. If I'm Dylan Gabriel and I'm talking to my agent, I'm saying, yo, give me it's him or me. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not like, at the same time, you don't want a GM also hearing about that because then you're a little difficult to work with.
Yep.
That's true too. Alrighty, well, moving into a new segment, just like we had a Tim's, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name.
2-minute stat of the day.
Thank you, stat of the day.
Yeah.
We're now going to start an Anthony 2-minute vent session of the day. So buckle in, everybody. We are in for a ride. Anthony, same rule applies. I'm going to start a timer.
It's at 1:59. Back it up. I need it at 2.
I'm going to need every second on this one.
Once it hits 0, you're done.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
All right, so my vent's going to start off with Sunday, and Mr. Tim Cook is the one that's going to be we're talking about here. On Sunday, Mr. Tim Cook has his fantasy draft, okay? He texts me a picture of his team and the team before him, that whoever chose before him, and the team who chose after him, okay? So I can see the roster of 3 teams. He sends me that. I said, awesome. Who went first? He has 2 options to respond here. One, either the person that's in his fantasy league that chose number 1, or it's the player. He responds with Zach Guess, which is a person in his fantasy. So I said, okay, understandable. I responded, say, who was the first player? He responds with Malik Neighbors, which is his first draft pick. Not 1-1. I need to know who went first as the first pick of the draft, okay? Because I can't see that on there. And this man chose to say Malik Neighbors as if I care who the hell. Like, I can't read. I saw the picture, okay? And why this is my vent of the day is because I still don't know who the went over number 1 in this draft, because I couldn't text him back. I couldn't text him back. I there had been way too many Bud Lights, way too many of the bullet trains that this conversation was going nowhere. So, Mr. Tim Cook, to end my vent, who went first overall? And if it's Ja'Marr Chase, I'm going to be even more frustrated because I waited this long to find out on something I probably already knew. Who went number 1?
Ja'Marr Chase.
Oh my God. You can stop the clock. My vent's over. But do you understand?
I sent that to you and I went, oh, I think he wanted to know the overall number 1, not who my number 1 was.
Yes.
It was the overall number 1.
I left your ass on red. I was like, no. And I even when you text me back that, I looked at Lisa and I go, like, he had 2 options and he picks option 3 of saying his list.
Of mine, number 1.
Oh.
Number 1. Yeah.
Way out of left field. Like, nope, that wasn't it. Nope.
And I'm sitting there last night in bed being like, I bet it's Ja'Marr Chase. I bet. But what if what if his group kind of went Bijan or went CD or some crazy, right?
Bijan went 2, I think.
Yep. And that's what I've been hearing for a lot of them. But I wouldn't know because it wasn't a part of the picture, and I couldn't get a text back that even tells me. All right. Enough of the vent today. You had no clue that was coming, and that was even better because.
No.
But all right, so
But
he
knew where it was leading to.
Yeah, as soon as I
when
said
you
fake.
started it off, and I'm like, I think he wanted to know the actual overall number 1, not my number 1.
All right. Well, we have to move on though because we only got a little bit of time left, and today we got to bring in a new segment as well. So, Mr. Tim Cook's all about the stats. We'll always try to add those in there. I'm gonna vent because I got a high anxiety. It's just who I am. But Lisa's going to bring something pretty cool to our table that we may not talk about if it weren't for her. It's Lisa's 2 minutes of pop culture that might have some sports into it. So, Lisa, honestly, I'm not even going to give you 2 minutes. Let's just hear what you got.
All right. Well, thank you for my first time doing this. I appreciate it. Well, I have 2 eventful news that happened recently. I first want to talk about the bad news about this. Tyreek Hill, he's got a messy divorce going on right now. Let me just run through this because you guys would be shocked how much this man is having to pay his ex-wife now. He must provide $20K to $50K every month just for an allowance for status quo is what I read. Okay. And then she already received a $500K check earlier this summer. In addition to, she's getting another $100K to go towards a new car. And she's getting a $450K to cover her legal fees for this divorce matter. On top of that, she's getting the $5.5 million Miami waterfront condo that Tyreek has to pay for the mortgage, insurance, utilities, and internet. What am I doing wrong? What did I do wrong?
Yo, the league. If you still need someone, I could do it.
We need to resubmit that combine because God damn.
Absolutely crazy.
Making crazy money on that divorce. Okay, bad news aside, let's talk about some exciting news that happened that just broke the internet. Taylor and Travis are engaged.
Yay! Yay! Woo! Yay!
And if you can't tell from the video, I'm in my Travis era. I'm in support of this. Yay! Yay, love. Anyways, I read that Krispy Kreme's is giving out a free glazed donut today for the exciting announcement for Taylor and Travis. So head out to your local your local Krispy Kreme to get a donut.
Tasty Kreme.
Yeah, no free sponsors, so don't be doing that in the future. But I will say I did see some comments, and they are savages out there. I've seen people being like, "What a hell of a 401k retirement plan," because the man's probably going to be done with football after this year, and he's got the richest wife in the world. So congrats there, Travis.
I'm surprised. I haven't looked into it too much, but I wouldn't be surprised if like the Swifties were diving into these engagement photos and trying to pluck this, that, and the other to figure out all the details for this wedding. You know what I mean? Like these people are crazy.
Well, and you got to think too. We heard about this today that the Kingdom that's on ESPN Plus talks about Taylor's and like what she went through on that side, because I think that's cool. I mean, obviously the NFL has benefited from Taylor Swift. Let's just talk about that. Like NFL is the one that's throwing it down our throats. It's not Taylor Swift trying to be a part of it. And if anything, I like her more now that she's been around, because she's like, I'm not the one pushing it. It's the NFL. So it's really good for the NFL. But at the same time, we heard that about her first experience being a fan there. Pretty cool to hear about all that. I guess I've just never sat in the box. And I think that's where the fans are like,
Right.
We're fans. I was 6 years old crying when they lost a game.
Yep.
You're dating a guy on the team. Engaged now.
Well, and it
Yeah.
could go either way. Because, I mean, if you look at, I'm not going to go in too deep into it, but I mean, it could be a courtside seat. You know what I mean? It could be anything, but they just keep panning the camera to her. So,
Yeah.
One thing about the Tyreek Hill deal, he better go get another contract.
Ooh.
If he's got a lot of money to be paying out, he better go see if Miami can give him another contract.
And I want to state this too.
Somebody better give him another contract, because he can't afford that.
And I just want to state this too. Cover 2 Cook is not trying to say one is better. We're not saying that. I'm just saying this is money. Like, 1 month of her rent or 1 month of her expenses could pay off my student loans. Like,
Right.
could pay our student loans, both of our student loans off in 1 month.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. That kind of money. It's just buku. It's just like, we're talking about people's yearly salaries and people's months.
Right.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
Yep.
That's the haves and have-nots. And if you don't know what that money looks like, you're not a have. So,
Right.
but that is episode 127. We talked some NFL. We talked some college football. I mean, I'm sitting here just itching at this week 1. I mean, we got to have it. We got to have these games. And then NFL's right around the corner too. So we're right there. So we're going to keep you up with any news that come out. Obviously, anything right now might be injury. So hopefully not any big news. And then we'll also come back with Tim's bets of the week as our next time will be on Friday, right before a big weekend of football. So we'll come back with that. Maybe have an event, who knows? And maybe Lisa's going to have some more pop culture news as well. You'll have to tune in to episode 128 that will come out on Friday. We want to thank everyone. If you like what we do, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you on Friday.